What do you hate that everyone seems to love? Who is one celebrity that most people find attractive but you don't? What is the scariest thing that has ever happened to you? Almost kidnapped when I was 8. My mom was taking a nap and told me I could play in the backyard. I, of course, went and played in the front yard. 2 men in a car pulled up and the man in the passenger seat got out. He started walking into my yard with a piece of paper and asked me if I could look at his map and help him with directions. While he was talking, I looked behind him at the driver and noticed he was looking all around nervously. I was already terrified of being kidnapped, so I booked it to the backyard and ran inside. I laid in bed with my mom, shaking until she woke up from her nap. Never told her because I wasn't supposed to be in the front yard to begin with. I was always told adults never ask kids for help, and it probably saved my life. The image of the nervous driver is forever burned into my brain. Well, thank God you're safe. Jeez. Partially falling down a cliff face and snapping my ankle. If I'd have fallen the whole way, I probably wouldn't have been able to walk again. The feeling that I knew I was going to break bones as I fell was terrifying. I got stuck on a speedboat in a storm in Turkey. The engine wouldn't start and it was pouring down in rain. There was wind and lightning too. My dad had driven us way out past the buoys, which was supposed to be the boundary. Well, nice going, Dad. Had a bomb go off underneath a vehicle I was driving. Wouldn't recommend it. I'm guessing you're in the military or in Chicago. Almost got run over by a logging truck. So that would have been like a reverse Final Destination. I don't got T-boned in my first car. Dude was going like 55. And I almost cut my pinky off with a circular saw a few months ago. Jeez, be more careful, my man. I almost died choking on candy once. Well, don't do that. Easy. I gave birth all by myself. Oh my God. Well, was it okay? Is everything fine? Which famous person shouldn't be famous? Nikocado Avocado. God, that guy just, It's just really sad what he's doing, really. Self-proclaimed social influencers. Sure, you have 3,000 followers. You're so famous. Every single school shooter. Stop printing their names in the media. Chris Brown should have been knocked down more pegs than he has been. He should be in prison for domestic abuse. People that use their fame to take advantage of their fans. First that come to mind are Jared Leto, Ezra Miller, Shane Dawson, and Onision. Nightmare blunt rotation right there. The Catch Me Outside girl. No clue how she popped up so big. All of the Kardashians and Jenners. Trisha Paytas. I swear she's a social experiment. Like, she can't be real, right? Bob Ross. He should be ultra famous instead of just famous. Why would I further publicize his name? Putting his name on Reddit so people will Google him and make him a little more famous? No. Screw that guy. Nobody should ever say his name again. That's my position. This is definitely about that one guy. Dr. Phil. Not only is he not a doctor, also the sky is blue, but he hasn't practiced as a licensed therapist since like the mid-2000s or something, which could be forgiven if he didn't break every HIPAA law written while doling out shitty advice that has probably literally gotten people killed and has definitely screwed up some lives. Also, Dr. Oz. Really, if anyone claims to be a doctor while making their living as part of the entertainment industry, then it's best to take their advice with great pause. Unless, of course, it's Dr. Hook, on the cover of the Rolling Stone no less. Logan and Jake Paul. At least they're sort of diverting from YouTube, I guess. Everything Machine Gun Kelly does or says reminds me that my education was a waste. So him. Island Boys. Ugh. What food tastes better slightly overcooked? Hash browns. Gotta have the crunch. Pepperoni slices. Not quite burnt, but getting there. Brisket burnt ends. Brisket does sound pretty good right now. Roasted broccoli. God, these are just making me hungry. Roast potatoes. Hot dogs. Charred on the grill. Reminds me of camping. Onions. Slow cooked to dark gold and then charred ever so slightly. All right, you know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some food. What companies aren't evil? The real answer is none, but let's see what people said. Khan Academy. No, they're evil because they're tricking people into doing coding. Timpson's, UK. They largely employ ex-offenders and the CEO goes around still visiting the stores. Customer service is just amazing, and they were one of the first UK companies to introduce a scheme where pension contributions are split between pension and a savings account, meaning staff automatically build up instantly accessible savings for those inevitable emergencies. I can only speak from my personal experience, but Chewy is amazing for their customer service and return policies. Bought a giant expensive expensive dog bed that my dog wouldn't go near. I reached out to return it and they told me to donate it to a local shelter and refund me. Same thing happened with some dog treats that ended up being too big. Please donate them and issue a refund. I get birthday cards for my animals, and anytime I have called, I get a super friendly person on the line who is more than helpful. Can't recommend them enough. We are not sponsored, but unless Mark Cuban's pharmaceutical company, making cheaper alternatives for medication and not scalping them is a win in my book. As far as I know, my mom's company. She does a lot of furniture work for a woman's shelter, so when a new resident moves in, they'll have nice, comfortable furniture. She makes sure every mother to a young child has a rocking chair. Aww. r/username checks out. Ill organization? Chapman's. They treat their workers right. They're good to their community. They make their ice cream in Canada with Canadian ingredients. None of that frozen dessert nonsense. And they'll give anyone who asks a coupon for free ice cream once a year. Does a lemonade stand run by children count as a company? Nah, some of those kids be scheming. Be careful. Lego. Okay, well, of course Lego's kind of a good company. Patagonia. Honestly, yeah, as annoying as some Patagonia wearers can be, the company does donate a lot to environmental causes, so they're good. Answer only with a film or TV show. Where are you from? Brokeback Mountain. Laughing because it caused such an uproar here. Independence Day. You live in America? Hot Fuzz. Oh, we got a Brit over here. The Hobbits? Lord of the Rings. Oh, you live in Middle Earth. Cool. Fargo. Ah, we got a Minnesotan over here, eh? That was more Canadian. Whoops. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. All right, now we're back in Canada. What fun activity is not fun? Role-playing games at work. To the fake smile, I just read a self-help book, HR and Middle Managers. Stop it. No one likes it, and we all kind of hate you for making adults roleplay. Crowded zoo, crowded children's museum, crowded aquarium, crowded theme park, crowded water park. Going to baby and bridal showers. And gender reveal parties. Can we seriously just knock that one off? I mean, how many wildfires do we have to have? Team building. Fucking disgusting and annoying. Amusement parks where you wait in line all day. Disney. I never found pranks funny. Well, because you were probably always the prankee. Have you ever been the pranker? Anything that requires me to forcefully bond with someone. If I wanted to bond with them, I would have been their friend in the first place. Sunbathing. You're just lying there like a rock. Don't get me wrong, I love the beach and almost never want to leave, but I'd actually like to be enjoying something fun there. Sitting there while people sing happy birthday at you. Dating. Are you saying that job interviews aren't fun? What's something we can all universally agree on? Man, we can't even agree on the shape of the earth. If you can read this, you're still alive. For now. Reddit bots are confused now. Self-destruct in 3, 2, 1. Clean sheets are so inviting, but it's such a hassle getting them all set up. Mosquitoes. For every 60 seconds in Africa, a minute passes. I'm gonna need to see your math on that. Putting down your pet really fucking hurts. That's why if my dog ever passes away, so do I. That we can't agree on anything universally. Everybody was kung fu fighting. We all have to breathe. Maybe, but there could be some people. I like turtles. Boob. Yes, actually, yeah, I do agree. Pluto was a planet? Umbridge from Harry Potter was a country girl. She sure was. Sleep is nice. Breaking Bad is one of the shows of all time. It's definitely at least among the shows, yeah. The script was written and the show was filmed, as it should be. Men who pee sitting down. Why? Because sometimes I just like to take a load off when I'm peeing. Is that a crime? Because I am in a wheelchair. Hey, fair enough. Sometimes my stream forks crazy wide and I'd rather not have the mess. I got no issues with the pee sitters. It's those pooping standing up people you need to look out for. I take every opportunity in life to sit down. I clean my bathroom myself. Also, I'm tall. Because just fucking leave me alone. That's why. Because I'm 42 and I don't care anymore. Because it's dark and I'm tired is the typical response, or because pooping or aspirations of pooping are involved. Because it's comfortable to sit down, at least when you're home, in my opinion. If you use a public toilet and sit down on it anywhere, you are the bravest person I know. Because I don't associate masculinity with arbitrary things like method of toilet use. When the toilet gets clogged, I have to run the snake down it. Oh, I know what you mean by that. What do you have no tolerance for? Lactose? Well, be tolerant then. Adults throwing tantrums. Yeah, zero patience for those people. If you do that in public, God, get a life. Assholes who lie and blame other people for their own F-ups. People who mistreat kids. I can deal with a lot of things, but if I see you beating a child or hurting a kid in any way, be prepared for my big ass to repay you in kind. I understand disciplining a child, but bruising a kid or not caring for them really pisses me off. Animal abuse. Oh yeah, same vein as that last answer, I think. People who know nothing about a given subject, yet have a very strong opinion on it. So men talking about women's issues? Cool. Hypocrisy. It just pisses me off. It pisses on you? Animal abuse and racism. I don't think I need to elaborate. No, you don't. Cheating. In a relationship? No, the other one. Any form of cheating, actually. I'll cheat on every test I have. I don't care. What receives a lot of unnecessary hate? Being basic, i.e. liking popular, normie, predictable things. There's not actually anything wrong with this. Not everyone has to be unique. This is subjective anyway, and I often see it used in a way to belittle/feel superior to others. Just let people like what they like and mind your own business. Wrestling. I personally am not into it. However, a college roommate of mine was very into it. He was able to explain it pretty well. He knew it was fake. He was an intelligent guy. However, he described it as equivalent to liking a sitcom, except with impressive physical feats. The actors in this case work their asses off to be able to do incredibly impressive moves, and that is not fake. Broccoli. Out of any vegetable, broccoli is kinda easy, so ease up on it a little. The Prime Minister of Finland, apparently. Leave her alone. She's just having fun. Regular Cheerios. They're not that bad. I mean, especially if you drizzle a little honey on there, they're basically the same thing. Saying you limit the amount of salt you use in/on food. Yeah, that's not bad. Especially in America, we use a lot of sodium, so good to watch the intake. Nuclear power plants. Nuclear energy is one of the cleanest and most powerful forms of energy we have available right now. I don't know enough about the subject, so I will stay quiet. Nickelback. Those dudes are just having fun. I watched a video where they were laughing at memes about themselves. It was great. Ketchup. If it's not for you, fine, but you don't need to all over people who like it on hot dogs/hamburgers/whatever. People don't like ketchup? That's like the most basic condiment. How do you not like? Whatever. Teachers. There are some that deserve it, but hating teachers as a profession? Come on, grow up. Pineapple on pizza. Thank you. It is not that bad. It's nice to get a little sweet little taste. Sitting down and doing nothing. Like, dude, you don't know what I've done before or what I'm about to do, so just because I'm doing nothing doesn't mean I'm lazy. I could have just done a 10-hour shift at work and now I'm just relaxing. Meta Knight in Super Smash Bros. He's so weak. His only advantage is his speed and his down B. His final smash sucks, his C attacks suck, and he can be knocked off the stage with his damage as low as 70%. I don't get the hate. What video game is your go-to right now? Unfortunately, I am a Valorant guy, so you can bully me. Breath of the Wild or Sims 4? Still need to find my Breath of the Wild. I can't find it, and I'm gonna start crying. Rocket League. I do not understand how people get so good in that game. It's crazy. RuneScape. Somehow still playing. But are you playing old school or new? Skyrim. To be fair, I only started playing it this year. GTA Vice City. I mean, you gotta stick with the classics. Fallout 3. It's pretty cool getting back into the old game. Chess. Weirdly enough, I've kind of gotten into chess again too. It might have been Queen's Gambit's fault. Currently going through Cult of the Lamb. Ooh, I've heard a lot of good things about that, but micromanaging games, they get me so overwhelmed. What Netflix Prime Now TV series would you recommend? Kingdom. Severely underrated Korean series on Netflix about a zombie outbreak in medieval Korea. Easily the best zombie production I ever saw. Very impressive with an interesting story, amazing action scenes, set pieces and costumes, and incredibly well realized and very scary zombies. 10 out of 10. Anyone who even remotely finds zombies interesting should watch it. Last Kingdom. None has mentioned it yet, but it deserves some recognition. Fleabag. It's insanely well written and played and fun. End of the Effing World or How to Get Away with Murder. Dark on Netflix is the best TV show out there. Maniac on Netflix. This is definitely mine. I just love the vibe of the show. Oh, it's so cool. I'm also a simp for Emma Stone. Hi. Sex Education, Queen's Gambit. Both amazing picks. Straight guys of Reddit, what do you think of Ryan Reynolds? Be honest, are you secretly Ryan Reynolds? This was my first thought too. I would use him to get to Hugh Jackman. He's in a lot of movies or something. Seems like he would be genuinely cool to hang out with. He's smart and funny, seems nice enough. Roughly my age, so we probably have a few shared interests to talk about. I don't imagine that me being straight matters much. I figure that the majority of people would have a similar opinion of him, regardless of their gender and or sexuality. Just ask us, Ryan. You don't need to hide. Smash. The real question is, what do the gay guys think of him? He's a good looking guy for sure, but sure, straight guys, you can have him. him. I think he's a handsome man who also appears to be a pretty awesome dude. He is dreamy. Whoa, that's kind of sus there, my man. I don't. This made me LOL. I find him a bit annoying. It's okay, Ryan. You don't have to make every single thing you say funny or some out there remark. He's always on, and it's grating on me a bit. Introverts of Reddit. How do you fit into a world made for extroverts? I just stay inside all the time. Be sure you're getting at least a little bit of sunlight though. By taking extra time out of my day to unwind and relax without external pressures. Being an introvert doesn't mean I can't handle people. I just need alone time to recharge. I don't know if you've noticed, but the past 3 years have turned the world into introvert heaven. But at what cost? I'm an introvert. That doesn't mean I'm socially inept. I don't think most people understand what an introvert is. Social anxiety and introversion is not the same thing, though they are relatively a common bundle. An extrovert claimed me as their own. Damn, I need someone to adopt me too. I am so jealous of you. You don't just fit in, you find people that click with your interests. We don't. I mean, I think I do pretty okay. Oh god. What's one underrated movie that everyone should see? Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I'm a little nervous to look this one up. Girl Interrupted for sure. First of all, there are so many actors in that movie. Winona Ryder, Angelina Jolie, and Brittany Murphy, and more. And it's a movie about mental illness in the 90s, like it was unheard of for the time. It was a great way to kind of break the stigma of mental illness, and every time I watch it, I get something new out of it. And 13 was a really good movie. Thank you for smoking. Weirdly, I feel like I know the title of this movie. Can't remember what it's about though. The Gods Must Be Crazy 1 and 2. Almost no one under the age of 60 has seen them, but they are so good. What ingredient automatically ruins a dish for you? Not me personally, but my mom has the gene that apparently makes cilantro taste like soap. The only exception to this is my husband's guacamole recipe, which she will make and eat with no problem. She claims she can't taste the cilantro. Artificial sugar. That taste is just not right. Raisins. Definitely not a big fan here, but there is that cinnamon raisin bread. Oh, my wife says I'm a picky eater. I need to show her this thread. Olives and capers. Olives are like okay on pizza, otherwise bleh. Oysters or any meat similar in texture. You mean similar to a booger? Celery. In small quantities I can deal with it. Rosemary. Really? That's just like a spice in there. I don't even know what that tastes like properly. Fennel. Fennel. What is fennel? Cauliflower. It overpowers everything else on the dish and I find it hard to swallow. The taste makes me gag and I threw it up once. Goat cheese takes the cake for me. It tastes the way I imagine a goat smells. Mushrooms. Yeah, I've tried so many times. It's just the texture thing, like bleh. Raw onion, white or red. Well, yeah, if it's raw, geez. Cucumber. For me, any food that is touched by either cucumber or its juice turns into a cucumber, and I hate the flavor. Aw, come on, cucumbers are great. People don't like you. Why? I'm a bit weird. I don't talk much. People think I'm boring. If you text as dry as this response, then yeah, resting bitch face. Well, that one is a little bit harder to get out of. I interrupt people mid-sentence when I'm too excited, even if it's very important to the person speaking. I recognize this as a problem and trying to overcome it, but it spills out sometimes. Hey, at least you recognize it. I'm very short when it comes to conversations, if they don't serve a purpose. I think I come off as rude. I just don't like standing around and trying to think of things to say to continue the conversation. Because I hate people. It's a mutual understanding, really. Fair enough. I'm overly confident for someone who's literally good at nothing. What city is portrayed the most differently in movies than reality? Los Angeles. Characters finding parking in front of the place they need to be at? Total BS. Vancouver, Canada. It's literally portrayed as every other city in the world other than Vancouver. Dallas. I've lived here for 20 years and still can't find the mountain from the X-Files movie. Hollywood. You wouldn't believe how tiny the Chinese theater is. Istanbul. In films, it's always shown as an exotic, almost Middle Eastern place. There will be silhouettes with mosques, shady-looking men with mustaches, and always, the call to prayer echoing in the background. That's not to say that you can't find all of the above in Istanbul, but in a megacity with a population of over 15 million, there's a lot more going on. Hollywood films never show the modern side of the city. Yeah, Taken 2, I'm talking about you. Arguably Moscow. Always gloomingly dark and streets full of dirty gray snow. They do have very warm summers. New York. It usually looks like Toronto. Tokyo. It's not this cool, high-tech, chic city. It's a city stuck in an 80s time warp with old people in service jobs and a Monday morning miserable feeling through the city. Sydney. Because lots of American films are made there because it's cheaper or something. They end up making it look like a totally different city. City. The only part where Sydney looks like Sydney in The Matrix was the scene with the woman in the red dress and the fountain. Gotham looks suspiciously like Chicago or New York City. Okay, but it's technically based off of those, so come on. Who is one celebrity that most people find attractive, but you don't? Gwyneth Paltrow, or however the you spell it. It's spelt as Goop. Tom Cruise, he looks plastic. Jack Nicholson, he looks evil. Channing Tatum, for me it's his performances kind of just turn me off, you know? Channing Tatum, he looks like a thumb. Oh damn, don't gotta come for him that hard. Ryan No Lips Gosling, hey, leave my man alone. Adam Levine, he caters his looks towards the suburban moms of the world. Matthew McConaughey, he always looks like he need a shower. A rare insult, but alright. Harry Styles and those Stranger Things people. Gotta say, I'm definitely sick of hearing about both of them. Vin Diesel, people think Vin Diesel is attractive? Benedict Cumberbatch, I just don't see it. Robert Pattinson, definitely took me a while to come around, so I guess I see it. Chris Pratt, yeah, he's definitely played out at this point. Full action guy, come on. Leonardo DiCaprio, just had to say it. Don't tell my mom. I can't narrow it down to one. Ashton Kutcher, James Franco, Daniel Craig are a few. I'm sorry, but Danny DeVito, I get it, but he's just not my type, I guess. Maybe it hits different if you're a woman. Don't come for the boy Danny like that, come on. Adam Driver, yeah, he looks like one of those weird cats with the big noses. What do you hate that everyone seems to love? Drake's music. He's got a few bangers, but he's just a weirdo. Hot Weather, oh yeah, won't catch me dead liking Hot Weather. Winner all the way, baby. TV singing competition shows and the music in them. TikTok, and especially that awful female voice generator. So many things are overused on TikTok, it's kinda crazy. Superhero movies. I mean, at this point, we've done them so much and they've been slowly dipping in quality, so, alcohol. Or obnoxious drunk people. AMSR. I think they meant to say ASMR. It's weird, but a lot of ASMR, especially eating ASMR, makes me feel nauseous. Like I start hearing it and it feels like nails on chalk and I want to throw up. Alcohol. It's expensive, doesn't taste great, and just makes me cold, tired, and hungry. Spending time in the same room as other human beings. Influencers. Do people like influencers? Like there might be a few people, but tattoos. Alright, but have you gotten one? They are addicting. Billie Eilish. Yeah, there's only so many songs that I like from them, otherwise, get them out of here. And now I've got to be the bad guy and say the video's over. Thank you all so much for watching once again. My name has been Brandon and I will see you sometime. Who knows? Bye!